What's going on? What's going on? We back for another episode, and we like to thank everyone for tuning in. Um, this episode, I love doing things like this. I love doing a little research. I love to look into the conspiracy theory, and this episode has that. You guys who tune in from all over the world, we like to thank you again on sharing your love on social media platforms and just participating in the shorts on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. You guys do it. You rock the block, and we appreciate you deeply. Overseas love is tremendous, and I thank you guys constantly for participating and showing your love for us here at Humanity Unplugged podcast. I am your host, Jermaine McCrimmon, and this is what we do. We give out information for you to share in your community, in your cul-de-sac, for you to share at church, at the barber shop, beauty parlor, beautician, sit down there getting your toes, your bunions done, whatever you like to do. We like to participate in the conversation of awareness because we do believe more awareness, you get to know what's going on. Number one. Number two is when you're aware, you keep your guard up so you don't fall for the okey doke. Number three, for those of you still sleeping under a rock, President Trump is reelected for the second time, and we've been going through it. Now, I'm not saying this is because of him, because I really don't think it's because of him. But I do tell you that we got a lot of things going on because of him. So it's ironic that we fall into this situation that people just keep coming up missing, people keep coming up deceased, and there's no explanation for what's going on. In this episode 140, first of all, guys, you don't know, we've been out for a long time. This is our second year. We have over a year of production under our belt, and that's to God be the glory. We sit high, or we just sit and look high to the hills because God is there giving us our health and strength, the wisdom and knowledge to continue to do what we do. And without his grace, where would we be, right? We have somewhat of our reasonable mind, a reasonable thought to transition into life and everyday adventures on our highway of life, right? We don't know where we're going to end up, but we just hit the road, right? And we do what we do. So I found out this it happened out in London and England, and it's sad that this happened. And we wanted to go into a deeper look at what took place. Everyone is not talking about it. Some people has talked about it on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and even on TikTok. I've seen little things about it, and that's why it's hard to cover because we have no real information except what we piggyback off and from another person who's trying to report it. So getting out the proper information or getting a deeper look on it is not easy because the information is redundant. For those of you who don't understand what took place, we have three sisters found dead in Brighton Beach. Brighton Beach is out in Long Island in England, out that way. And, good day, mate. We have a little accent with it. These were black sisters found dead off the shore. Authorities are saying there's no foul play. Authorities are saying that they just got a call. Some bodies are floating in the water. Let's go check it out. And that's what they did. And this happened back on May 13th, 2026. So this took place, and it's sad it took place, but it did. And life of lost, and life of loss is not something I look forward in talking about because there's pain, there's trauma, there's mental anguish, there's the understanding that you will never see or talk to that person again, and the body never gets over that. It's big. I can't explain it. I think I need therapy. I think everyone needs a little therapy. I still have dreams of things, and I'm not even in the same situation. And I still get dreams. So I don't know. I just think that the body and the mind fully never let go of what trauma we go through. Um, but we try to cope with it. We try to deal with it. We try to move forward and get a better understanding of what took place. Unfortunately, there's answers that we never get. You know, we sit there, we look in the mirror, and we try to figure out what makes sense. What could have happened to these three black young ladies that had a promising career, promising life, had a lot to live for, but yet they are gone? No foul play has been discovered. We haven't had a cause of death by the coroner as of yet. And this would make you say, this would make you think about why you can't give me a cause of death if they were found in the water. Obviously, if they had drowned, we could have put that as the cause of death. And as we look into this and we look into deeper thoughts that took place on getting the facts, police and investigation has said, upon doing their investigation, that they couldn't find any foul play. They couldn't find any abuse or bruises on the bodies. They turned up, they got in the water at a certain part of the beach, and during the current and the water conditions, they were forced to float down and was picked up further down the line. But authorities have said that CCTVs have picked them up earlier in the day in the water further up from where they were found. And this is cool that you do have CCTVs, and perhaps we can find out what took place. Authorities say that a bar in the area of where the vicinity of them being seen on CCTVs said they have opened up full participation in the investigation of trying to find out what took place with these three African American women that were found in the water, dead unresponsive. Now, the irony or the caveat to this story is that back in 2010, their mother was found in the same water. Their mother was found drowned in the same water back in 2010. Now, they didn't find any foul play, but this is such an ironic thing that took place. Now, you could look at this and say, perhaps this is something to do with trauma. It's ironic that three siblings, three sisters, went to the beach where their mother drowned, and they all decided to take their life because of the pain from missing their mother 16 years ago. Now, I want you to understand the depression and the mental anguish someone had to be in to hold such pain for so long without seeking help. None of the family members saw this. No one stepped in and tried to assist with this anguish, this grief, this mental darkness that was set over these three young individuals that had a promising career, promising life, didn't show any signs of this, but yet this was hovering over them for 16 years. I'm emphasizing on the years because you don't go through mental depression, darkness, debating on taking your life for 16 years, three different individuals, and no one knows about it. It's not spoken within the family. The father's not aware of it. I believe there was a brother and he wasn't aware of it. How was this possible for 16 years? Three siblings that were very close, had a promising career, never discussed committing suicide or taking their life because they were depressed over their mom passing and drowning at this particular beach back at 2010. It is very possible that they could have had this thought or these theories in their head over time, and no one sought medical attention. No one sought treatment. No one went for therapy. No one noticed this within the family, close knit family, that these three individuals are inseparable. They always were together, that no one noticed the depression all three of them were carrying over the life loss of their mother that took place back in 2010. That they went back to the same beach where it all took place. Ironically, all three of them are together. And they decided to do a tribute to their mother, a suicidal tribute, to go out the same way their mother did. Because the pain that they were holding for 16 years, I can't imagine the darkness that they were in if this took place. I couldn't imagine it. I believe that that's a heartache I don't put on anyone, a tragedy, a thought, a mental capacity that I don't put on anyone. The life loss of one is devastating in your life, and your daughters don't have their mother to watch them go down the aisle for their wedding, to be there for them to conceive their first child, for them to buy their first house. The mother not being there is tragic. To miss their mother for 16 years on every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every New Year, every holiday, every birthday, the pain they had to go through, the depression that the mother had to be in to drown. What was she going through? I can only imagine. These are the facts that we must explore. These are the things that we need to look into on mental health, on what may have took place with these three individuals, these three sisters, closely knitted sisters. Is this some type of tragic event? Is this a murder cover up? These African American sisters found dead at a beach. Investigation was done. This happened back in May 13th, 2026. No one talked about it too much. It never reached over here like that. What is found is only little skit-bits of news here and there of these individuals that are now no longer here. They're probably already buried. Autopsies was done. Coroners did their investigation. No one found out really what took place. No suspects, nothing to this point. What truly happened to these young females? Let's talk about it. Let's see. I got some information, some video coverage I want you guys to listen to. Come to your own conclusion and understanding what may have took place. I wouldn't know. I'm trying to figure it out, but who knows? Let's listen up. Here we go.
Pacing the shingle beach at Brighton this morning, officers of the Coast Guard looking for clues, something which might explain why three women died here, their bodies pulled from the sea after an emergency call was placed just after daybreak. voicing concern about the well-being of a person in the water.
This is a tragic incident, and we are at the very early stages of our inquiries. Our priority right now is to identify all 3 women and contact their next of kin. I know this incident will be highly distressing for the community, and we are working hard with our partners to understand exactly what has happened.
The police have made clear that they're not looking for anyone else in connection with the deaths. The weather was bad here this morning, and the sea off the Sussex coast can be particularly dangerous at this time of year. When the emergency services got here this morning, it had only been light for around half an hour or so. The spring tides here in Brighton are always big, and at around the time this incident unfolded, the current would have been at its strongest. At this swimming club in Brighton, they run courses on sea swimming and getting to know the dangers particular to this town's shoreline.
It's quite a steep beach, and so there can be really sudden drops. If you're not sort of aware of that, you're going to find yourself underwater really, really quickly. Also, just the impact of cold water. So people don't understand about cold water shock and the impact that can have. Right now, in May, that sea's about 10 degrees. That's really, really cold, and that can have a really serious impact on your bodies.
I want to stop right there and give you guys a little insight. Cold water. They decided to go swimming in May in frigid cold water. Okay. If that's what you saying took place, were they in bathing suits? Did they go swimming? I don't know. We haven't seen the visuals of the bodies. No one said that they had on swimming trunks or swimming outfits, but this is what took place.
The Coast Guard completed their search this afternoon. The police say they're reviewing CCTV footage gathered along the seafront in their investigation into what happened here in the hours before dawn. Their immediate task, though, to find out who the victims of this tragedy were. Just had a statement, Mary, in the last few minutes from a nightclub along the coast here, about a mile or so up from where I'm standing. It says the nightclub's called Quarters. It says they are confirming that they're supporting police with their investigation. It says, we are aware of an incident that took place on Brighton Beach on Tuesday night. Alongside all other local businesses and venues, we're supporting the police in their inquiries. We understand that the victims were young women aged between 20 and 30, and that they were first spotted in the water at Brighton Palace Pier before they drifted down to this end of the beach. No update from the police this evening, so we assume that the task of identifying and contacting the victims' families is not yet complete.
So they haven't finished. This was an earlier video, one of the first videos of what took place, and the victims were not identified as of yet. And it's sad, man, that these young females may have just took their own life because of the depression of losing their mom 16 years ago. My prayers go out to the family because, that's not cool, man. It's not easy. Let's listen up to another part of it. Here we go.
The bodies of 3 women have been found off Brighton Beach. Emergency services, including police and the Coast Guard, were called to the scene at around 5:40 a.m. this morning, May 13th. It followed concerns for the welfare of 3 women in the sea. Shortly afterwards, 3 bodies were recovered from the water near Madeira Drive. A huge operation is currently in place on the beach, with investigations underway to identify the women.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ajike, Chief Superintendent with Sussex Police. I'm a Divisional Commander for Brighton and Hove. I'm joined by my colleague from Coast Guard.
Hello, I'm Graham Easton. I'm the Area Commander for Hayton Coast Guard.
I'm going to be reading a short prepared statement, and I will not be taking any questions at the end. Around 5:45 this morning, emergency services were called to Brighton Beach to concerns for the welfare of a person in the water. Very sadly, a short while after, bodies of 3 women were recovered from the sea near Madeira Drive. This is a tragic incident. We are at the very early stages of our inquiries. Our priority right now is to identify all three women and contact their next of kin. I know this incident will be highly distressing for the community.
So I'm going to stop this one because it's a repeat of the first one. However, the wind is in the background, making it difficult to listen to it. So these three bodies were identified. And like I said to you guys, they all had a promising career. They had a lot to live for. They really were good women that were trying to better themselves and move up the ladder and do what they want to do with their life. And it's unfortunate that mental health and possibly just one to end their life, this is how it came to for them. Depression, when you lose a loved one. And that's the funny thing about it. You don't never know how a person affects other people until the life is gone. Cherish your loved ones, guys. In conclusion, I'm going to try to find out more if I can on what took place and what happened deeper, if there's anything there. They don't have social media platforms. None of these sisters are out there or were out there. They were very conservative individuals. So it's very hard to find out information because they wasn't present out there. Very close-knit, private family. And it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate that this happened. So we got to look deeper into it, and I will. I will get into it and find out what took place, what may have took place that we don't already know. So God bless. Stay up. Stay strong. I want to give you more, but it's not a lot to give you on this. It's so sad. Just gone. God bless, guys. Peace.